There's a lot of pride and history here in Fairfield. People like Willie Mays went to school here, Tuskegee Airmen, all of those great things. It's right here, that's the history of it. Current situation is you have a lot of people in need.
Fairfield is experiencing great plight. We're limited with the police enforcement. Right now, we don't have a grocery store. People have lost all of their morale, sense of like, what do we do now? How bad is it going to get? And when people start to lose their morale, it's just a domino effect from there.
We have a school district of 1,800 students. 33% of that are considered homeless.
People coming to the city hall like, what is going to happen? People are angry, they're hollering at the mayor and they're blaming him, they're blaming the city council members and everything. Now Fairfield is just going through a very difficult time right now. The way I would describe Fairfield now is a city just trying to find itself and really doesn't know what to do with the poor that's there.
I would just say it's difficult. What you see is a lot of brokenness, you see a lot of poverty, you see a lot of at-risk activities occurring out here, whether it's, the violence, whether it's the children being born out of wedlock, the unstable communities, the unstable households. There's literally not only a lack of structure, but it's just complete chaos.
4 years ago, a gentleman walks into my office and he had a heart and spirit to serve the people. Pastor Hardy and his wife, Sandra Hardy, they came in with a desire, a will to want to serve the people that were living here. And not only that, they came with a knowledge base of what the people were going through.
When we came to Fairfield, the first group of people I came up to is the young men, 18 to 35. 90% are fatherless. Some don't even know who their fathers are. They couldn't even name them. And so that's where Urban Hope is endeavoring to bring both the spiritual and the economics into that demographic. Oh, yeah? It's not easy. These young guys, they come with lots of baggage.
I ain't finished high school. I ended up getting shot in my knee. My last, probably about the 3rd month last in school, and I stopped going. And I got 2 little boys, and one, he stayed with me, and the other one, he stayed with his mom. I hang with a couple people, I don't hang with too many no more. A lot of friends ain't what you think they is not easier. Started to realize how it was out here.
No, this the man that got killed up here probably about 2 years ago. He was dipping his nose in somebody else's business. Stuck his head in the car. This thing ain't nothing. I think he got shot in the head or the face about 2 times. Probably about 31 or 32.
Realized it was a good city back then, but now I don't know what's going on. My partner Tim always used to talk about PA, so everybody wondered who PA was. So I met him. We meet up and talk, go through a couple of Bible scriptures. He was really trying to be there as a father figure. Not too much ain't started going to church after that for real.
We're not your typical church. You may come on Sundays and you don't see the traditional every pew filled type of deal there because it's mostly us during the week going out. But we also have to disciple them in just general life skills, time management, financial literacy. We can, through the power of the gospel, through the Holy Spirit, lead people out of that mindset of bondage and lead them towards the promised land. And that's the life that God has intended for them to have.
One of the things that I've been praying for years, I knew that in order for a work like Urban Hope to be really successful, it has to connect with this broader church world. When it comes to Clerestory, our suburban partner, coming in and bringing resources that we don't have in Fairfield.
I'm an attorney by trade. I do corporate transactional work. People in my world, what we know how to do is create wealth. You can either be ashamed of that, or you can say, you know what, maybe God gave me this for a reason. So I'm gonna turn this power loose. I'm gonna use it for what God intended it to be. Not only the enrichment of myself and my family, but of my community. Urban Hope needs a building. Resources are finite. We also wanna create jobs. We also wanna create a meeting place that everybody in the community can come and be proud of.
We're gonna have that building be the best looking building in Fairfield. We're going to teach We're going to exhort. We're going to build families. We're going to do weddings. We're going to do coffee shop. That's coming from my partners who are going to come in, because we're saying that this ministry is going to be a ministry of hope. They have a role to play, and we on the ground have a role to play, and therefore the partnership is God is smiling upon it.
The return on investment is eternal. 1,000 years from now, Pastor Hardy and I are going to be sitting around talking about this stuff. These are kings and princes in eternity. We're going to be spending forever together.
The church should care about Fairfield because Jesus, my Lord, your Lord, cares about Fairfield. I wouldn't want to go anywhere but Fairfield. Fairfield is where we should be and where the church should be. It's a place that's ripe for the glory of God and the gospel to come to fruition.